Hello everybody, welcome back to my crafting room. Journal number 2, headed for the Etsy shop. I think it's already there last night. And here's the official video. 9 by 5.5, just like the other one. The other one sold already, so hopefully there's somebody out there that will like this one too. So let us move the camera. Right there. That way I can still see. Okay. This one we called the gray beige cover because of the beige colors for the trim. We have 2 layers. One lacy and one more of a crocheted looking. So it's on the front and also on the back. Closure 3/8 inch ribbon, removable if somebody doesn't like a ribbon for a closure. From Joann Fabric. The brocade is also from Joann Fabric, and the flowers out of a light burlap I think I got these from Prima. So we have lace attached to the front and back of each of the 2 signatures, and a little bit in between. Inside the front cover we have pocket, bunch of pieces all sewn together, paper flower. I fussy cut a couple of little butterflies and glued them on. We have some eyelash trim tucked behind, some bits of lace, tea-dyed lace on the bottom. And so we have a little pocket here. Beads and some antique buttons. Pattern paper from it might be Tim Holtz, covered with I'd say it's probably about 2.5 to 3 inch rib lace on the front of the pocket. A lot of coffee and tea stained copy paper. Paper flowers and some twine, thin twine. Coffee stained doily with some also stained ribbon sewn to the top of the page. Not sewn. This one was glued. Sewed to the doily and glued to the paper. There you go. Okay. And we have some words. We have a little glittery butterfly. I think this is from my Mariposa butterfly collection. A very old paper clip with a charm that says "Made with Love." Lace stitched to the edge of the paper. A pocket made from the old paper from the old dictionary. And some places to tuck some pieces of paper from Artsy, and I think I got this from the the book of, I gotta stop saying so much. I'll never get through this video. 8x8 pattern paper from Walmart. I had a lot of maps and things like that in it. I think that's where this came from. So we have our house mouse stamped on lined and tea stain paper. We attached it to a invoice, and it goes my battery. You see, I haven't charged my battery in a while. Also in this book, just like the last one, the paper used by children to learn how to write. This one says, I will try to do my, and the rest of it's over on the other side. The paper used to wrap the paper from copy machine ream with some really awesome coffee stain design. We stitched around the edges of that a Hallmark bag, and we glued that on. We Mod Podge on the inside for give it a little shine, a little strength. And we did the Franken pages. Stitched a whole bunch of little bits of paper. There's a little heart and a little bit of lace. So we just tucked that in there so we didn't forget there was a pocket in there. And like the other one, here's another page for canning. This one has something to do with peas and rhubarb and peaches. Also, a page from the New York Times, I believe it's the 1965 magazine. I have a lot more papers than I have a lot more of these envelopes. A little washi tape on the side here, stitching zigzag all the way around. The envelope that had the what is the word for the film, the strips, the negatives, they call them the negatives envelope, and another really old little glassine bag from the early 80s. Let's see how long I can go with this battery flashing. Another corner pocket held on by a really old paper clip. And some line paper and the border that I still have in the bathroom that's coming down. It's still in the works of coming down. Oh. And also, we have beans and bean soup for canning. And what do we have? Beets. And another pocket and tag. This one by Patricia Veramonte. And a paper from the Tuesday morning. The little pad of paper that you grab when you're at the checkout counter. And tea stain. And the other side of the really cool coffee stain. And here's the last word. It says, I will try to do my work. How about that? And invoice for writing. Right on this side. Cover it up with this side. From inside my spray box. Everybody has tattered angels and one kind of Bo Bunny spray or another, and of course you have your papers in your spray box, and This is mine. It's been sprayed like crazy. So, let's stick it in the junk journal. Give it a pop of color. Nice job. And we have some more little beads hanging on the lace. And this one was stitched on the edge for putting the lace on, and some more beads down here, and fabric. I guess they're somewhat called fabric something or other, for not safety pins, but maybe just a fabric pin, I guess. And made with the papers from Michael's. Took the stitching out, and I know I've got a pile of them in here. It's gonna be a video, but it starts out looking like these, and then you just take the papers out, and then you take the stitching out, and then you just stain the heck out of all of them. So I had a couple of them. One had lines, and this one had the blank. So I just took the stitches out, and then I cut the papers in half, halfway across the middle. And I'll have some little booklets. Who knew you could buy sticky pads and you could tea stain them and they still would be sticky? You just stick them to the pan. So once they were white, now they're tea stained. Okay, so this is also a paper from those pads at my Tuesday morning. And this one is stamped with a distress ink, my fairies. Walnut stain, I think. So we stamped some fairies on the stained paper. So a little place for writing. The lace has a colored piece of material underneath it to give it a little color. So there's my bead. So we have some little bits of blue on these pages. I didn't mention it in the other video. I had to put in a subtitle. I got a really big doily. You know, like you'd get a big giant serving platter and it's got one of those really huge doilies on it. I just cut a piece of it off, and then I laid it on the journal, and then I just went crazy with the stamp, you know, and did a little bit of a stamp in the corner. I have another one. I got it in my Wish app. It might be in this journal. It was kind of a green color. So we have stitching along the top. We have stitching along the side for the lace. This lace I got from Joanne Fabric. It was a real curly one, so I bought a few of them so I wouldn't run out, because I thought that it was a nice little touch for the journals. This is a Tim Holtz pin here. I haven't used very many of those, but I guess I'm going to have to, because I've got quite a few of them. On this side here I have my little angel. And that's the end of the first signature. Signature number 2, the lace. The doily, which has got a lot of fabric stiffener in it, sewed to the bottom of the pocket, and it also has a friendship card from, did I say 1975 for the other one? This is napkin from Tuesday morning. We did Mod Podge on both sides, so it's got a lot of stiffness to it. And we put a piece of lace on the top. We stitched it to the paper, so it is a cover-up for whatever you'd like to write on underneath. There's some little beads hanging. This is another one of the estate sale envelopes. This one was sealed, so we just ran it through the paper trimmer and took off a bit off the top so that we could make a pocket. A bunch of bits all stitched on there. Put a piece of paper on the back to cover it. One of my butterflies from Michael's. And it's not gonna go in. Yes, it is. Michael's butterfly, some Prima flower. It's just some material we tore a piece off the edge of. Also from my book from the 1700s, another write-up on a trade card from 1736. So we have that in there. We have one of our new stamps that we got from the Wish app. We have a little butterfly pinned. A little cover up with some writing underneath. A doily folded over from this side. And we have another pocket on the top for something you might want to tuck underneath it. And some beads. Some coffee stain and some more places to write. Another piece of napkin. Both sides have been Mod Podge so that it's also a cover-up, lace on the top. More elastic lace. And this is from a pad of paper I got from Walmart. I think this one is like this in the Tim Holtz one too. Funny how they look like they have the same paper sometimes. And this is the Little Secret Story from one of the books I got from the farmer's market from 1955. A little story, I think it's about four pages long. In the middle, like the last album, we stamped all the black pages and then we put blank pages. We stamped them with a lot of color and then we put the pattern paper on the top. A little bling on the ends of the paper. And a pocket with lace over the top of it. Something to write on in case somebody calls you, you need to take a message. And on a piece of paper, we stuck a doily, we stuck a what used to be a lunch baggie, cut it down to make a smaller pocket so that these could fit into it. Another pocket with some more. And a pocket with safety pins, some more beads, and the other part of the envelope, a receipt. And some more beads hanging on this end. I think if you've got an old piece of chain and you take all these beads and you want to add them to the chain, then you can hook them to this little ring here. My beads that I have in the Etsy shop, I have the brown ones and the black ones left. This is the black ones. So if you took a piece of chain and all the beads that were on the inside of this book and then just hang them, you'd have a nice little tassel, a little dangle. How cute would that be? See? Okay, looks like our battery is still holding up through all of this. So there you have it. My junk journal number 2, the beige cover. If you know somebody that might be interested, please send them my way. I'm at etsy.com/shop/Deb's Crafting Room. So until my next journal, probably my Tim Holtz folio. Everybody have a crafty day. See you later.